All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much, everybody, for coming here today. We really do appreciate it. Thank you very much to Mohegan Sun Arena for hosting us here today. We really do appreciate it. I think today's a really important event for us because what we're actually doing is that we're coming out with a really important initiative with the Chamber called Engage. And what we're trying to do with Engage is really, literally, engage all of the industrial parks to kind of get to understand all the businesses, all the needs of the businesses, and also understand where we're going, basically from an economic development perspective. Because if you take a look at the 5 parks that we have, I mean, it's amazing actually how much economic development these 5 parks really contribute to us. I mean, there's literally 300 businesses now in these industrial parks. There's over 14,000, 15,000 employees here, and it actually contributes over $10 million of taxes to the county, to the townships, and to the school districts. So from that perspective, it's just really super important for us, we think, to really understand what it takes to continue that engine, to make it sustainable, to make sure that we're meeting all the needs of the businesses in the area, and to understand really a little bit more about what we can do as a chamber to advocate better for the industrial parks, and also to engage a little bit more with the industrial parks. So what we wanted to do was I wanted to introduce Joe Boylan to kind of go over kind of the process of what we've got in place and to really kick off Engage. Today is going to be the first one that we do, but we're going to do it with all the industrial parks. So with that said, Joe?
All right. Thanks, Wico. So I think first I just want to thank Cole Creative and the team for being here today and recording this. I think we've had some success in how we're starting to deliver events and understanding how our businesses in the area want to consume content. So first thanking everyone who came in person to be here. We had a nice lunch. Thanks again to Mohegan Sun. But recording this, Cole Creative and their team putting it together and will be available on our website for folks who couldn't join us today. So appreciate Cole Creative. And the first thing I want to do is really get into introduce what our Engage team is. Okay, we just met Wico and his nice brand new photo up there. It's a beautiful photo, Wico. Wico is the president and CEO of the chamber. Lindsay Bezick, who is here, is our vice president. Megan Flanagan is our communication and grant manager, and this is a picture of me up there working on behalf of the organization. But I think I also want to mention there's much more than this Engage team, and these are the folks that are really going to be reaching out to you, conducting the interviews, and really focusing on the PR side of how we push the program out. But there's a whole host of others behind that, including Lauren and Ahmad and Ben, and Matt Bickert, our controller, who are really part of this team of really on the back end logistical side of making sure that we've got everything set. So a big thank you to them. So what is Engage? So Engage is really essentially a business retention and expansion program, right? So the whole focus is these are activities that have been going on for decades, right? Of understanding how we as a Commonwealth can help our businesses understand what their needs are and deliver some services. So in the past, these type programs had direct line items and budgets to help fund organizations such as the Chamber to go out and conduct these activities. And I would say about 10 years ago, they removed those line items. So this is a new program, Engage, that they brought forth, which is a new pot of money to help start to inject more funds back into organizations such as the Chamber to allow us to go out and conduct these activities. So our real focus is helping retain and expand businesses in not only northeastern Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania as a whole. We want to encourage job growth and provide any type of assistance we can. And we'll go through that in a little bit of how this program can benefit not only our members in our industrial parks, but our business parks as well. And by the way, at any point, if anyone has any questions, please stop me. Wico, you could ask any question you want to go through, but please just yell it out. So how does it work? So as Wico said, this is our first event we're having. We wanted to be creative on how we started to, number one, educate businesses on Engage and the process themselves. So we're hosting these town hall meetings that we're quote unquote saying town hall meetings. And the whole focus is to simply allow an opportunity for businesses to be here in person, but also through the team at Cole Creative, record these and post them online to give access to members who can't take the time to leave their businesses and understand the process. So as Wico said, we'll be going into each of our parks to hold these. This is the first one today. The next one's upcoming. There'll be one held in Hanover, which will include the Hanover Crossings area and the Hanover Industrial Estates. We'll be in the Crestwood Industrial Park, and we'll also be at the Corporate Center up at East Mountain. In addition, what I think is important to note is in this Engage process, we do have another partner in the Diamond City Partnership with Larry Newman and his organization. They will be doing the same type of activities, but they'll be focusing just in the downtown of Wilkes-Barre. So just to add a little bit of mix of the different services we could offer and ways to identify all the businesses' needs that we have. So we start with today, we have these town hall meetings, we talk about what Engage means, how it can be beneficial to you, and how you can participate. And so the next step is once we conduct these, we'll be reaching back out. They have an opportunity to complete today, but also we'll be reaching out to schedule an appointment where we can come out and do a face-to-face interview with you. Again, going back to the team members that we have coming out to your business to interview you and go through the process. The next step, again, as I said, is the interview, and followed by taking the information we gather and creating an action plan. That's the whole purpose of understanding. We just don't want to know what your needs are. We want to find a way to get you where you need to go, depending on all the type of needs that you have. So that's the baseline of what really Engage, how we're going to roll out this Engage program. And again, this program, this is our first one. We'll be rolling this all through the rest of the calendar year. That's the focus, to get out to our business members. Right now we're targeting, we want to hit about 50 good members within active action plans done and plans being carried out. So we have a pretty aggressive strategy moving forward, and we're excited to roll this out. So what do we collect in this program? So again, it's the basic information that you may have in the past filled out for retention expansion opportunities. The first is just your basic business information: how many employees you have, where you operate, different structures within the organization itself, what your market is, which really rolls into, which is, these next two are kind of combined, but it's really the most important component of the program itself, is identifying opportunities and challenges. So finding out on the market side, your supply chain, the workforce side, growth potential, financing and capital issues, and any infrastructure. And again, I think the last thing is just understanding where you stand in terms of your future development within the Commonwealth. And I think what's important is, with the information we collect, we're looking at two things, right? So one, we want to identify what your needs are as a company, as a business, and how we could deliver an action plan for you. But the second is looking at it by park. So when we're collecting information on you, we also want to understand what are some issues that you're having potentially in this area. Is there infrastructure issues? Do you have issues with stormwater management, signage, anything that is included within our what we designated as each park? So I think that's an important thing where we take a little twist on it. We want to make sure that we understand all the needs that are in front of you. And so what can we expect? I think this is where our Engage program, and we are one of 11 groups throughout the Commonwealth that are doing these. Each one had their opportunity to be unique in how they deliver it, how they build the program. So this is where we feel that we are different from any other group across the Commonwealth. So the basic fundamental program of Engage is really just to collect the needs, do a needs assessment, and build you an action plan that we could deliver back to you. So whether you're having, we talked about workforce before, about how we can improve ways to identify better candidates for you, okay? So if that's your need, we put together an action plan utilizing our partners, and we deliver it to you. And from the state's perspective, that's really kind of the end game. They want to be able to do that, identify your needs, and help you just at least put together a plan to get there. Well, we take that next step, and we've got the referral side, and we'll get into why we're different there, but why that's important, because we just don't want to go out and understand your needs. We want to be able to execute and deliver what you need to get that next step. We just don't want to know what you're doing. We want to be able to ensure that you get where you need to go. And we do that in a few ways, but it's really built on partnerships, right? So we have two main partners in this. So PREP is our regional entity in which all economic development providers come together. It's in a 7-county region. to help deliver services and to better communicate in how we could assist each other as businesses and needs come through. So we are coordinating with them to roll out Engage. And also, as some of you may know, what we feel is our big factor here is Connect. So Connect is the way the Wilkes-Barre Chamber delivers economic and business development services to members and to businesses outside the network as well. And Connect is really predicated on having a strong foundation built on partners of nonprofit economic development organizations in our region. Got a little snapshot with the Chamber, again, really being the driving force behind Connect. But we partner with Wilkes University and their Small Business Development Center, their Allen P. Kirby Center for Free Enterprise and Entrepreneurship, their Institute for Public Policy and Economic Development, and their Family Business Alliance. And in addition, we also partner with Larry Newman in the Diamond City Partnership, who I referenced before, and also Ken Krepke at Ben Franklin Technology Partners. So the unique thing about our partnership is we provide all services along the life cycle for a business and handle any type of request that comes in. So right now through Connect, we're dealing with the mom and pop looking to open their first pizza shop. We also are dealing with an international manufacturer looking to come and relocate to northeastern Pennsylvania. The whole purpose and the whole focus of Connect is to have a streamlined online intake process that is simple for a business to push forward what their needs are and how, identifying where they need assistance. So the beauty of Connect is, again, we cover all areas of the business life cycle, from business plan to financing to product development to workforce, all along the way. So what we see is a unique opportunity with Engage, where we quite honestly feel it is a feeder system for our Connect program. For the first time in quite a while, I think the Chamber, with the great team that they have and the strategy moving forward, they've got tools in the toolbox for the first time. So now when we go out, it's not just, again, identifying what your needs are and telling you have a great day and good luck with everything. We could say, hey, we've got the resources, we've got the partnerships, we could deliver on what you need no matter what the request is. And I think that's very important. And that's where we felt we could set ourselves apart from everybody, of going out, identifying what your needs are and delivering. And I think the important thing to note here is, it's one thing to connect programs and to connect partners. We do have resources behind that as well. The Chamber has committed to help putting some money forward to help, and also money provided through the Engage program and through PrEP that we could start to put together to, again, to address some of these needs. And I think that's important because it's not only funding that we see in resources to help you as a company, but again, to address issues as a whole. We have some, we'll be going to Crestwood in a little bit. They're having a broadband issue. So we see that as an opportunity where not only will we help businesses in that park, we're going to start delivering a better infrastructure up there so they could have high-speed internet. Where I think, this program is, important for everybody here in this park, and this is one, and this in the Corporate Center at East Mountain are the two business parks that we'll go into. So they're a little bit different when you get into the manufacturing side and some of the industrial parks, but where do we see opportunity here? And I think there's tremendous amount. I mean, we talked briefly about workforce, about how we could identify and help you along that way, but it was just interesting. Right before we started, we talked about having a video being produced to help draw entertainment more to the area, and potentially the arena, partnering with the Kirby Center and other folks. This is the avenue to do that. And I think coming out and talking to you about that, those are the type of things that we want to hear about. Hey, we see this as an opportunity. We want to be able to put something together. This is the avenue to deliver that information. And then it falls onto us to work with our partners to put together an action plan to do that, to accomplish that. More importantly, we've got resources behind that to help offset cost or even cover some of the cost 100% of what you're trying to do. So that is really how we see this being a true gem for how we're going to provide service in our area. So does anyone have any questions on the program itself or what we can expect from this?
Is this a one-year project, or is this an ongoing project?
Well, this is the first year, and Megan and I participated in the webinar with the state, and right now they can't confirm, but they are 99% sure this is going to be a recurring line item in the budget. So we can expect in January of next year that we'll be awarded funding again to move forward. And I think, or at least our hope is that they do, because these activities are so critical. They're so important. Too often, we're finding out about businesses closing or leaving by reading the paper, and that's not good. And I think in some cases we have had great examples of where we've gotten the opportunity to get in to meet with people that we have the services, we have the capability to help identify what their needs are and deliver to keep them here, or at least expand here. So, this allows us the opportunity to put the Engage program together and get the resources we need to put our staff out there. So we're really excited about this. And I think another thing, Hildy, as I'm looking at you, when we talk about, it seemed like at least once a quarter or a couple times a year where we talk about the economic development projects that are happening and how it could be impactful to the business and where we see opportunity to make introductions. Again, I think this is the perfect avenue. I think coming to talk to you saying, hey, we just want to have updated information on when construction projects are starting, where they're happening, and how we can be connected in different ways. And I think this is the avenue to do that. So I think no matter the type of business you are, there's always a need out there, and this is our way to capture it. So that's what we deliver. And to participate, it's very, very easy. So there's different options. I know one thing is Lauren's got information out front. Some of you filled out already, but you can sign up quick. The whole focus is we want to find time where we can conduct an interview with you. And some of them could be a half hour, some of them can be 3 hours, depending on how long you want to talk for. So our point is to make sure that we get in front of you, that we don't miss anything in terms of communication issues. We're right there, we're understanding what you need, we can provide immediate feedback and really shape out what the information we collect and how we start to draft the action plan. So outside of today, you can call us by phone, you can email me directly, or also Lindsay was able to be this afternoon. There'll be an Engage page right on the Wilkes-Barre Connect website that folks could find out more information. The videos will be up there.
It's already been set.
It's already up?
Video, yeah.
And so they can connect. Because that is really the next step of reaching out, scheduling time for we can come out to see you, and we'll go from there. So with that is the process, that is the program. Does anyone have any questions, any feedback, what your thoughts are?
I think it's great, Joe. I mean, the chamber now has so many different options that members can use.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great. My head's already spinning with things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what I love about it is I think, really for the past couple of years, we've done everything we can. The whole staff has been out trying to talk to businesses, and it feel like we're always missing something, mm-hmm. because we could do a great job of telling different things and talk about what we've got going on. But now with Connect and the partnership, the prep partnership that we have the partners that are willing and able, and now we've got resources that now it's a lot better conversation that we can go out and have and say, okay, you've got a workforce issue, maybe we need specific training, or maybe we need to hold a specific job fair or a connection to a university who's starting to groom some talent that you need. Boom, we'll put it together and make that, that pipeline or build that partnership that we need. So excited.
And I think that's critical too, because if you think about it, I mean, we've been spending the last couple of years really kind of building back our infrastructure, because the concern we have, if we come out and ask you what are your needs, and you have all these needs that you need us to deliver on, how would we deliver on it? And I think now we're to the point where we've got deliverables and action plans that we could put together to address it, and I think that becomes absolutely critical, because at the end of the day, if you say, gosh, we need all these things, and you never hear back from us, that would just defeat the whole purpose of this thing. And then the other thing, and that's why I asked the question, is it needs to be sustainable to me,
Right.
measurable, definable, and repeatable, so that this way, at least this can be an ongoing process. Even to me, no matter whether Pennsylvania, the state continues with this program, I would tell you from our perspective, I mean, to me, it's going to be part of Wilkes-Barre Connect, and we will need to continue down that path no matter what the state does. This is kind of a nice way for them to help us to get this thing started.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I think this needs to be a sustainable, feature that we have within the chamber.
It's a lot easier to have that conversation when you have everything at your fingertip, that you don't have to say, let me go back and see what we could do. It's no, we've got programs already set. And I think I didn't want to go into it too much to confuse, initiatives, but Connect has been a really huge factor of how the Chamber of Commerce side and the business and industry side have come together, really to start delivering services that we need. And I think, one of the things I'm most proud of is I think we've, right off the bat, listened to what some of the needs are out there and delivered programs around that. So when we first started to roll out Connect and test it, one of the first things we would hear about is, I'm struggling to find interns locally. That conversation was with GUARD, with Berkshire Hathaway, where they're hiring about 75 interns on an annual basis, and a majority of them were coming from New York and New Jersey. When you've got an accounting school in Kings, literally a stone's throw away, we needed to deliver a system that could better connect the talented students we have in our local universities with our businesses locally, and that is Intern that just rolled out. We saw a tremendous spike in veterans looking to start businesses and really needing two things: understanding how to find the best financial incentives for them, but also just to get into a family network and to help someone who's been in their situation before, help them grow. And so we created Honor. And Honor was our first event last week, and we had 23 veterans attend that want to start or currently own their business. And the feedback was great, and I think the important thing was the partnership was with the U.S. SBA, and they had the same number of attendees at their Philadelphia event the month prior. So I think what we've started to do is it's one thing to listen, but it's another thing to deliver. And I think we've started to show them. We've got the track record with Connect now. And now, as we've been provided the opportunity through the Department of Community and Economic Development to go out and start to perform the business retention and expansion activities, which are so critical, we're excited because now we know that we can not only listen, but we can deliver as well. So we look forward to it. So, with that, any other questions? Okay.
Awesome.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.